Twitch at any second now, and hopefully we actually do, because I will cry otherwise. So I God I change voice every single fucking time. There's no way in hell I don't change voices every single time I stream. I have no idea what it is, but my voice changes slightly. Anywho, yes, actually we're going to chat before I forget to. Today actually I'm covering some more Utena. I actually have zero idea how many episodes I'll cover today, because I know we have 8 to go. Hello, how's it going? How you doing? We have 8 to go, and I'm kind of hoping before Christmas, prior to 24th of December, which is also my birthday, I want to actually finish off Utena completely, because I thought to myself, well, I tend to actually do one thing before the end of the year. That's always my go-to thing. I always realize that. Every single year, I've always finished off something towards the end, so this time beforehand, it's actually Utena. And yeah, I mean, give or take maybe 3 episodes today, hopefully, and then either 3 or 4 tomorrow, depending. And I think hopefully that might lead us to the end, or maybe I might have to do a little bit. Thank you so much. Thank you for the rose as well. I think we have at least 2 or 3 streams to go. I think if I'm correctly actually timing everything. But yeah, I mean, the last stream ended on the idea of actually Nanami actually seeing Anthe and Akio actually, you know, do the thing, do the deed, and she's like, well, fuck me, I guess. Pardon the pun. There's actually a pun in there somewhere. She's traumatized, which is, by all accounts, pretty valid. I would be traumatized too. And then on top of everything else, the whole entire thing of her and Toga as well, which is now kind of being put into more jeopardy, considering that there might not be any genuine, like, feelings there, I guess. There's a better kind of TLDR of the whole entire thing. There might not actually be, like, you know, it might just be kind of a bit kind of stranger than that. As the whole entire lineage is kind of a little bit weird, so that might be an interesting thing to kind of look into now, and what it might then kind of juxtapose with Anthe and Akio as well. I guess we'll see. I'm kind of terrified. Because it's taking quite a dark turn, I must admit. I mean, this show was like, don't get me wrong, the show's dark already. The show's dark as hell sometimes, but that whole entire last event was like, wow. Holy shit. Because I don't know what's going to happen with Toga now. Whether or not, like, considering that they might not actually be, you know, it might then kind of change the entirety of actually how Toga actually sees Nanami, and actually then so on and so forth, and yeah, not going to be pretty, is it? So anywho, let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. That is loud. I also thought that Crunchyroll had Utena, because apparently they announced it. They announced, like, oh yeah, by the way, we have Utena to actually now show. I was like, great, I don't have to use Funimation anymore. I actually absolutely despise Funimation as a company, and also as a player. But, alas, only for America. And I don't live in America, I live in England, which is very different to America, so, you know. That fizzled out quite quickly. I was quite pissed off about. I was like, man, because Crunchyroll's play is a lot better. It's not good, it's still just a lot better than Funimation's one. But yeah, I mean, let's be real, this whole entire arc so far with Akio has been very, very depressing, considering that it deals with the idea of adolescence. Like, I mean, the title of the film is literally called The Adolescence of Utena, I believe. So it now deals with the idea of growing up. I mean, every single character thus far has given something up to kind of progress forward. And I guess that's the metaphorical meaning behind actually why they're fighting, and also the arc itself. The idea of actually letting go and growing up in a way. So I imagine Hanami's entire thing literally is Toga. So to be honest, if she actually does give Toga up, she grows up in a way. Because you already saw her in the whole egg episode, which is dealing with the idea she's already growing up as is. That actually might be the kind of the final, like, I guess, moment for her. Fuck me, it's a big window. That's a massive fucking window, holy shit. Honestly, who's gonna... there's no privacy there. Oh my god, you can see Akio and Anthe are pretty cheery this morning, aren't they? Definitely not been doing anything behind closed doors, have they? She's gonna go to and be like, guys, you two fucking. Like, you two actually fucking behind closed doors? Who sorts their eggs? Who sorts their eggs? Do people do that? You can say this is quite the jam, isn't it? Well, hey. Believe me, she does not. Poor Utena's actually quite oblivious to this whole entire thing. It's not like Akio hasn't got, like, girls everywhere as well. I also believe, if I remember correctly, Utena's actually one of them as well. It's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess, this is. Okay, but what happens if Mickey sees them? He's gonna be more traumatized. That's a good question. Who'll be more traumatized? I do actually appreciate that Naname's entire character is being slightly comedic, but she's actually completely tragic now at this point. It's kind of depressing. So what the fuck do I do? I'm kind of stuck in this whole entire jam. Everyone's just kind of hanging. That whole entire garden's either like used for watering or betrayal. It's either one or the two. There's no in between. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Holy fucking shit! These girls are ruthless. Damn, that was so hard, she actually fell to the floor. The spice. It's got more spice than Dune. This is fucking spicy. Also, kind of realized something. No one actually in this whole entire anime actually can like settle the differences that actually hurt each other in some way. May that be a slap or an actual fight. Oh, this is quite the mess, isn't it? This is quite the fucking mess. Did you actually need that many forks? It might be an implied metaphor there. It's an implied metaphor on a deeper level, but on the surface, like, why the hell are so many forks in an apple? She's breaking the ice. Quite literally. She really does care about her brother. Ain't nothing more threatening than a goddamn saw. I do actually love this show. It's so spicy in drama. It's got more spice than a Spanish soap opera. I should know, I grew up with them. I was like, should you just go to the sky? Someone did actually explain. Someone actually did actually kind of bring to light. That is kind of weird, to be honest. how those beds are actually kind of functioning. So when this bring together. Boy, how do you do not wish you had a sibling in this show? Jesus Christ. Choo-Choo's trying to leave the entire show. He's like, I'm out. Peace out. Clearly, if you can tell, if Toga actually has nipples, you know it's the evil Toga. It's not good Toga. He's imposter. He actually has nips this time. Yes, 32, sorry. Watch episode 32. Should probably put that in the actual title, to be honest. Sorry about that. I didn't put it in the thing. Sorry. Oh shit, Akio car. Akio car. He's kind of a dick though. Akio's car had to break through the entire fucking show, like, well, hey, I'm in here. Here I am. Okay, but how's he get in there? Where's he come from? How's he get in? He's broke the window. It's just like, what the fuck is happening? I want Akio's car. It's quite stylish. Even though it causes drama and shit. But it's quite a stylish car, to be honest. Especially the laws of gravity don't work in those cars because your shirt should immediately come off. He's quite sussy. I mean, we don't necessarily know what's going on there, to be honest. Let's be real. If we're gonna be brutally honest. What the fuck? What the fuck? Shirt just comes off. Who's driving the car? Does the car drive an autopilot? God, you're just gonna be like, fuck, I'll go fight again. But in this whole entire show, she's just gonna give up on existence. Hey, you mentioned it. It actually is kind of strange. Actually, yeah, I still can't believe that she's a university student as well. To be honest, I'm telling you, no one can actually have a conversation about in this show about absolutely hitting each other. It's this show. The only thing it lacks is dramatic music when it happens, and like about 10 billion like zoom ins. Here we go. She's gonna fight like, yeah, by the way, BTW, I saw you two, you know, do the thing and then fight, be like, well then what was the point of this whole entire fight by the end of it? She's gonna be like just sitting there like, what did we learn? Just don't do it again. They should actually put this music as every single time about a pair of stairs. I would love that. If you, every single time up a pair of stairs, you just heard this music playing in the background. I know for a fact I would do that in my house. I also appreciate that Anthony just pops out of existence for like a hot second there. Just goes poof, and it comes back. I still wonder whether or not they were actually installed a lift because everyone got fed up actually walking up the stairs. I still do wonder that. She's gonna go up there and be like, "What are we here?" It sounds like a fight between you and your brother, to be honest. Okay, but does the car just drive around the spiral staircase, or does it actually have a separate way of getting up there? It ain't gonna end well, is it? It ain't gonna end well, is it? She's gonna go there like, Dynamite. They ain't gonna win. Some of the cars goes around in circles as they're fighting. This whole entire thing just ended with her just saying, "By the way, Toga's actually kind of a dick." To be honest, hello, how's it going? I could actually literally end the whole entire fight. Just go, Toga's kind of a dick. What's the point? It does make sense because, again, the entirety of this whole entire show, like, Nanami has been attached to Toga, even though, to be honest, it's always been kind of one of those extremely strained relationships that you kind of were like, would it ever work out between the two of them? Clearly not. And then, but it's still one of those things you did actually kind of understand. She does care for him. Oh, thank God you're actually recovering as well, because that sounds horrible. I'm actually glad you are feeling better, though. I'm glad. Also, actually, I'm watching Bleach. What were they doing? Oh, I'm glad actually here didn't hit you too hard, but it's actually kind of good to hear as well. Because it worries me like a. It worries me mostly because of my family as well. My family's actually quite very what's the word? Very vulnerable. So I have to be very, 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 very careful. But I'm actually glad to hear you actually are doing well though, or doing better, I should say. Right, so yeah, that was a fucking whirlwind of emotions, wasn't it? By the end of that whole entire thing, Jesus Christ. And you had Toga and fucking Akio just together in a room, very shirtless. Like, it ain't one of those things that guys just get their shirts off for no reason. I mean, to my knowledge, at least. I don't know. When that would be a twist of the century. Akio just kind of like, yeah, by the way, fuck everyone else, I'm going with Toga. I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck it, I guess. That's actually kind of cool. Akio just kind of ends up with Toga. Cool ending. But yeah, I mean, depressing episode overall, to be honest, considering it does deal with the entire fallout of one of the backbones of this whole entire show being that of Nanami and Toga, to be honest, because literally they were together this entire time. To see him just kind of like, by all accounts, break the fuck up, literally. It is, yeah, depressing. Whether or not it might then lead to a better outcome for Nanami's character, considering now she actually can, in theory, maybe possibly grow better and actually not fall backwards on this whole entire thing with Toga kind of, by all accounts, just being kind of a dick at this point. I only hope, because I want to see Nanami actually kind of get better, to be honest. I don't want to see her constantly just feel like she's living in the shadow of everyone else and knows that she never will be with Toga, because Toga's kind of like a, I guess, a playboy in the most TLDR version of it. Let's load up episode 33. Right, I need to figure out, so we're in episode 33, there's 39 episodes, isn't there, in total, if I remember correctly. So we're in episode 33 at this point in time. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. That makes it 8 episodes. We have 7 left. So if we do... Yeah, it's kind of the major thing that she actually can, in theory, like, have a different identity now. She actually is more of a kind of independent person than she was originally. Which actually is kind of nice. 33, not 32. Because again, it was one of those things, it was a hindrance to her character. It always was that she was living in the past of him. Or in the shadow, I should say. So if we do 33 today, 34, 35, 36 tomorrow, 37, 38, 39. Yeah, so we do we have to do 2, 3, 3 bowl accounts. So 2, 3, 3. That's how we would have to do this anime. Yes. Trying to figure out episodes, because I could do the rest tomorrow, but I think I actually would pass out by the end of it, because I wasn't doing too well with JoJo by the end of the whole entire thing. I was like passed out completely by the end of JoJo. Fuck. All right, watching episode 32. 33. Jesus Christ. We'll see if we can do episode 33 today as well. We'll see. Right, anyways, actually start this thing in for episode 34 today, sorry. We're still going to do episode 34 today as well. We'll do episode 33 now as we do episode 34 afterwards. Anyways, I start this thing in 3, 2, 1. I start this thing absolutely now. I swear to God, the episodes when they go beyond 24 begin to actually make my brain stop. I'm like, where the fuck am I? What am I doing? But yeah, I mean, again, I kind of like that essentially what Ikuhara's done with Nanami's character has transformed her into a tragic kind of heroine of her own story. She's not like just a comedic relief. Because practically speaking, if you actually go back and actually read into the episodes, they do mean something more than just, oh yeah, by the way, she's kind of like, oh no, the whole entire time. There's a little bit more to it. But I kind of feel like it's building up to this very one moment, and now it actually has hit that crescendo. It does work. It works very well, because now it kind of allows us to see a different Nanami, and actually then a better Nanami possibly, that's not actually held back. So I like how he has transformed her and actually gave her a metamorphosis of becoming her own kind of person, and actually then subsequently her own tragic heroine. So it kind of has this whole entire plot working in tandem with Utena's actual entire idea as well, her identity as well, because identity is a massive theme of Utena itself, because again, at the forefront, the whole entire narrative, we have Utena, who doesn't see herself as as everyone else. She doesn't see herself in the kind of the conventional female light. And then you have Nanami now kind of saying to herself, wait a minute, am I really actually his brother? His sister, sorry. Got my brain stopping. Again, stuff like that's actually very interesting. It kind of deconstructs the entire like idea of like the, I guess, the brother complex character. Still wonder what's gonna happen with Miki actually when I lived with Yuta and Anthony though. I ain't gonna end well, is it? To go there and see Anthony and Akio and be like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Okay, but at least the whole entire place actually has shutters in it, because these windows are fucking huge. I hate to be the architect of that whole entire house, and also subsequently the renovator of it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Where's Akio's car actually goes to though? That's the real question. Clearly this isn't a conventional road in this whole entire show, since it defies every single road law. Hello, how's it going? Road law, and also subsequently like anything else, to be honest. He's so cool though. Akio is unbelievably cool. Hello. It's like, what do you do for a living? Ruin lives? I remember when I used to see those, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so fucking cool!" You actually have a phone in your car. What the hell? How's that possible? It's like the same thing. My grandmother used to have a chair that had a phone in it as well, and a remote. I was like, "What the fuck? This is so cool. This is the future." Now, no, it's actually kind of grossly impractical. The side job. The other question is, does it have a phone bill? When he goes to 160, the clothes come off. Not Seaweed Boy. I don't think the way that Sanji actually does the whole thing with friendship does it actually kind of work out. Don't think that's how friendship works. He's so fucking cool. He's named after a goddamn star. Like, come on. Come on. The BGM actually is quite cool. I do actually quite like it. I do actually kind of wonder how expensive the actual OST of this whole entire show truly is. Considering most shows I try to go after are like really expensive. The King of the Imposters. Among Us. Uten's actual entire like body language is so goddamn like unorthodox. Like I just like does anyone actually kind of do that regularly? Does it break your back after a while? Lord of the Flies? Is this a recap? Is this a recap episode? I'm confused. Is this a recap? So Akio just reminiscent about the whole entire like entire anime. Like, wow, shit, this is happening. This is happening, isn't it? By all accounts, this is quite happening. Okay, so I need to know: is the entire fucking thing with bread and refrigerators actually work though? Like, does it actually keep your bread better the entire time? Is it just a lie? Is that... I just need to know. How can I still drive sideways? How can I drive sideways? What is this? Oh, actually, might be under the impression I'm watching a recap. I mean, it's not a bad recap, to be honest. I didn't really notice it was until like a minute ago. I was like, wait a minute. I need a GIF, or I need a video of Akio just driving the car like this, and actually have some pretty cool music behind it. Oh yes, depression. I reminded of it. It's the arc I love. It's my favorite arc of the entire series. I love this arc so much. Sanji kind of... Not Sanji, sorry. Soji actually kind of got a sideline though. We're not recapping his entire arc. Sword. Oh yes, depression. How I've missed thee. Everyone's a really smooth way of talking in the show, don't they? When you think about it. Don't get me wrong, I do suddenly believe I'm actually watching a recap. I might be going insane. I'm not too sure, but everyone kind of smooth though when you think about it. Everyone on that smooth hype. I hate when it happens. But then again, if you actually put too much seasoning, you just say it's a new dish. That's how you get out of it. It's my own version of it. Good lord, she is losing. Bruh. Honestly, Juri's character, tip my hat. Best character in the whole entire show, in my opinion, to be honest. I really do feel sorry for her, that's the problem. It's just really fucking depressing. When you think about it, it's like, wow. Yeah, it's whole the idea, the concept of, like, I guess as the old song goes, the concept of love itself do be kind of destructive, as Ava once said. Oh yeah, it's now reminded us. It's really fucking depressing. Holy shit! Wow. Good lord, episodes. It's a lot, isn't it? Like fuck me. Episodes a lot. I love it to bits, but goddamn, the emotion. You go from depression to spice in this show. This is quite this is quite the scene as well, to be honest. This show is quite tonal whiplash as well, to be honest, but not in the kind of like the conventional tonal whiplash meaning. It goes from like, oh yeah, by the way, what happened with Yuri and that dude, and then goes to like, hey, what are miracles? What miracles are these? Is this shit, isn't it? And then it kind of goes to, you know what? I'm gonna have salmon for lunch tomorrow. Scene's going on. Scene's going on. Will she choose something? That's the real question. Truly, the most massive drama of the entire show. Oh! Oh! Yeah, this is a fucking recap episode that disguises the fucking like you know, an episode that actually deals with proper emotion and shit. I'm confused. I am confused. I guess it did the deed. Sakura waits the second date. Isn't it the whole thing? And he's went to the fourth date from Kaguya-sama, and then they do it. I need to Google whether or not this actually was a recap or not, because I'm confused. That was half a recap, half a like a episode dealing with is episode 33 of Utena a recap episode? Recape episode. Yeah, I'm not going nuts. It's actually a recap episode. It's a recap, but it's not. What the fuck? It's both. I haven't seen this done in quite a while, that they disguise a recap as a kind of like episode that does deal with the actual implications of Akio and Utena as well. Yeah. She became a woman. She grew up. She did the deed. I guess if by all accounts in conventional terminology, when it comes to this kind of thing, you don't grow up unless you actually do the deed first, don't you? So that's always what we're told as kids, or as we kind of see media itself. So it's kind of very telling that the show does deal with that whole entire idea. I do actually kind of wonder if anyone actually skipped it. I do wonder, because it's actually it's weird, and it's a weirdly executed episode, to be honest. It's really fucking weird. I can't pin down what I think about it, because by all accounts half the episode is literally just Akio in a car. So if you like that, Akio in a car, basically. That's the TLDR on the entire episode, but then it kind of deals with the idea of like her growing up as well in her own way. But then what does that do with the whole prince aspect of the whole entire show? Is it going to be revealed that maybe the prince himself isn't actually real? It's just a facade, like what happened with the Black Rose Saga arc as well. Everyone like it's just a means to an end, rather than say it actually being a true thing. Maybe it's her way of kind of continuing on. She's forcing herself to continue on because of this whole entire like idea. That's yet to be seen. But at the same time, the rest of it was just kind of like, yeah, by the way, look how many lives we kind of fucked up in the entire process. Has no one ever realised that? Like, half the entire episode just deals with how many lives they kind of fucked up. Like, they didn't even get Nanami at the end either. They're just like, yeah, fuck Nanami. She just, man. Oh god, that was that's just that was an episode. With episode 34 today as well, which actually then leaves us, I think, episode 35, 36, 37 tomorrow, those three, and then 38, 39 on Thursday, and then we're done. I think. I know I have to read the manga afterwards and actually also play the game, which is also apparently canon as well, maybe the Sega Saturn not RPG visual novel. Oh, I need to stretch for 5 seconds though. Oh. That's better. That's good. I'm better now. I'm stretched. I need someone to kick my back though. That'd be so much better for me, to be honest. If someone actually could come along and kick my back, I'll be so grateful. Anywho, enough talk of I need to change the actual episode. Just realised that. Bruh. Akio's very guilty in this show. Like, holy shit, that man's done some shit. That man's done some shit this entire show. Like, if you go and play like Bad Boys in anime, he's up there. He's up there. You know, he's not consciously done anything, to be honest. Like, you know, he's not. Well, he's kind of the instigator of the entire thing. So he instigates the entire problem, but then it also kind of deals with the entire like emotional side of every single character. So it could also be down to them as well. It could be like Akio could be like, well, it's not my fault. They're just doing their own shit, and then he's relinquished of his sins, I guess. Anywho, let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. Right, we'll take this moment to actually stretch again once more, because I need to stretch my arms. That's better. Oh, that's better. My arms are. I need to go and see a chiropractor or someone just to kind of dislodge my arm for 5 seconds. But yeah, I mean, it's still fucking weirded out by the episode, to be honest. I'm gonna be really honest. I still just don't. I've never been so bewildered by an episode in my life. I just don't. I'm like, okay, so what is it then? Was it a recap, or wasn't it? Ikahara, what are you trying to pull here, boy? I'm on to you. I'm like, man, he's the Kino man, but at the same time, what Kino man be doing truly though? Oh god, I gotta watch Penguin Drum after this as well. Just realised that. I gotta watch Yuri Kumarashi at some point as well, and Penguin Drum, and I think Sailor Moon at some stage again. You know, it's been like what 15 years to actually watch Sailor Moon. Oh god, I still remember Sailor Moon to this day. How different it was over here. Oh man, no one knows the pain we went through as kids watching Sailor Moon, and actually now watching it now, there's been like, wait, what? What's this man wear clothing? It always comes off immediately. Okay, his pants are on. Okay, his pants are on. So what happened? Because no one does anything with their pants on. Let's be real. The pants ain't coming off. There ain't no shit happening. I refuse to accept the man does a deal with his pants on. Oh. 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 Jesus Christ. Back then, they were lawless when it came to broadcasting. Granted, when we were kids, they used to show, oh, what was they used to show, like, way earlier than they should have done? There's a lot of anime they used to show they weren't meant to, like, because anime back then was like, oh, it's just cartoons, what's the problem? No one was like, oh shit, there's actually violence in these shows, and then we kind of got subjected to a lot of shit back then. So, I mean, they were quite lawless in broadcasting it in Japan at 6 p.m, but I understand that because we got Dragon Ball Z and Cowboy Bebop at like 7 p.m. at night sometimes, or in the evening. There was quite an interesting way of syndication back in the day. Nowadays, not so much. I think Saint Seiya was like broadcasted quite early as well. That's full of blood. Oh man, I met, you know, there's one other character I do actually miss in those shows, Wakabo as well. She's amazing. Let's pull one out for Wakabo as well. Hello, hello, how's it going? How are you doing today? How's it going today? How are you doing? It's kind of weird that Akio's standing like right beside basically the two people he might have boned. There's still up for debate whether or not he's done it with Anthe, considering the pants are on. Their pants are on. I'm still debating the legitimacy of the bone session. The drama being this show be spicy though. Oh shit, we actually do in theory see, we actually do in theory see them actually, like, do an actual play. How these girls haven't won an Oscar yet is beyond me. They're actually doing the entire production themselves. So wait a minute, that's me, isn't it? When does it turn to a kaiju battler? when the fuck does it turn to a kaiju battler anime? Yeah, where the fuck is Gridman when you need him? On my birthday, no less. At least Godzilla actually understands, or the kaiju monsters understand, not to actually attack on Christmas. How good of them. Any other day of the year, it's all fair game. Christmas and New Year, we don't touch that shit. Don't worry. I love how it keeps on paying back to certain characters as well. So wait a minute, it's about us, isn't it? It's about us. What the hell? Autobiographical, god damn it, said a word. Autobiographical plays. What the hell? What do you mean? Leave it to Ihara though to actually like contextualize a lot of the show into like really random scenes though. The man knows how to do it, but he does it in such random places it's beyond belief. You'd think it'd be like between a fight or something, but nope. Beforehand it was an omnibus episode, and now it's also inside a play. No one's noticing the lights kind of going on and off certain characters either. Okay, I was kind of like, I'm bored. I wish I was doing this, to be honest. I could be doing this. I wish I was like Anthe, just happy for the whole entire thing though. She's just happy to be there. She's just happy to be there. She's vibing. She's vibing. She don't care. She don't care that half of that might be autobiographical to what's going on in the anime series itself, but she doesn't care. She's vibing. Seaweed boy though. I hate it so much. She's actually kind of hot though. That's the problem. Someone just kind of like, wait a minute, hold up a second, what? What do you mean? Where did she go? Where did she go? Should I question it? Should I even question it? Why is the place so fucking huge? Why is it so big? They're like miniature people in comparison to the entire place. It's incredible how different in size they are in comparison to the actual place itself. I mean, she did betray at one point almost. Let's not forget that whole entire point. Oh shit. Oh shit. Can you bone and still be friends though? Can you bone and still be friends? Yo, this ain't very friendly. Boy, howdy, I don't ran. You don't randomly go kissing your friends out of nowhere. Hey, that ain't shit you do. It's for all I know. Got sarcasm when you realize that the person that actually found you was actually none other than Toga and also Seaweed Boy. It's gonna be like a massive kick to the face if in the end, like, Akio is kind of like, yeah, by the way, I'm that guy. It's gonna be like, what? What? Just kind of doesn't elaborate and leaves. Doesn't say who he is. Doesn't elaborate. Leaves. Yo, it's actually the end of the world. It's the end of it. Oh. Oh shit. Guys, the fax machine's going out of control. The fax machine. Go and save the fax machine. I was like, Anthony, I believe I'm dying. Actually shocked that they didn't actually like break down the door at some point, because there's a lot of people there. Ah, the Rose Bride taking away their prince. Well, hey. I mean, theoretically speaking, does it for the greater good of him, but at the same time, fucking hell, my eyes. It is a punishment, as they say, to take away the prince away from the people. Kind of uniquely fucked up when you think about it. We're into horror anime now. She made that jump. Whoa! Holy shit. This is a Revelation Central episode, isn't it? All right. Inadvertently kind of causes her torment as well, though. Let's not forget that point. It's a whirlwind of torment. So yes, you will. It's like, yes, you will save this poor girl who's constantly in agony, and actually be the prince for her. Inadvertently causing her own own like idea of trauma as well. Let's be real. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. Because there's like no sense of like anyone winning this whole entire battle. It's always a sense like that she is going for her own sense of torment as well. At least in my opinion. What the fuck? Oh man. God, the fucking Ikuhara just put like the gears on and went fucking full pelt through. Like he's in Akio's car going like 250 kilometers per hour down that highway with the amount of plot he's putting into these episodes. Jesus Christ, man. He's going at it. Because the episode kind of does, to a degree, bring to light the entirety of Ikuhara is a madman. He's the craziest dude I know. Like, I don't even know him personally, but he's crazy. Like, by all accounts, he's just kind of given us the entirety of like Utena's entire backstory, and actually subsequently, inadvertently, also Anthe's one as well. But then, top of everything else, it also brings to light who could be the end of the world as well, and also who could, in theory, be the prince that Utena met, and whether or not it could, in theory, be one very, very special dude. Who knows? It's also up for debate. But at the same time, it's one of those things that what's next? What's a preview? Toga. Because I'm still kind of wondering, like, Akio's in true like character, to be honest. Considering I don't necessarily believe that there is this sense that Anthe and Akio actually are brother and sister as well. Whether or not it kind of does, in theory, feed into this whole entire idea, the superficiality of the whole entire show. Like the idea of like when Anthe mentioned she doesn't want to look at the real stars, but look at the false ones, could in theory imply that she's examining the relationship between her and Akio as well. The idea that it could in theory be that it's false, it's not the real relationship, and actually there's a bit more to it. Clearly there is, but at the same time, what it does in theory give us is the entire backstory of also paused it, thank god, gives us a whole entire backstory of Utena's character, and actually gives us what we need to know, but in turn kind of makes it its own sense of makes it its own sense of trauma. God fucking damn it. Makes its own trauma in its own way as well, because don't get me wrong, it's like, yeah, he says for her to become the prince and actually subsequently save the person as well. In this case it was Anthe as well, clearly. But at the same time, it kind of then brings to light there's a lot more going on here from Yuta's perspective as well, because yeah, she's doing all this to actually in theory become that prince, actually subsequently possibly then meet Dios as well, and actually possibly, who knows, whether or not it could in theory be that there's a bit more to who Dios actually truly is as well, but could in theory imply there's a bit more to that as well. But at the same time, it's not as if she's okay in this whole entire matter as well. Like, there's no sense that Yuta herself is alright. She's going through a lot of shit as well. Like, it's not one of those things that she's actually kind of smooth sailing through the whole entire show. I mean, she almost got betrayed by her closest friend. She's basically seen everyone's life get completely fucked up, technically via her hands of actually having to win the duel. And really, what for, technically speaking, considering that, in a way, there is this sense that the torment is just continuing on. Like, there's no sense of ending to that torment. So it implies that this whole entire show, above all else, is kind of tragic as well, from every single character's perspective as well. Not just the principal cast as well. There's a bit more to the tragedy in these characters. And I like that about this show as well. The show does delve heavily into the concept of tragedy as well from all the characters' perspectives. And it's actually now coming to light with every single character, and I actually kind of like that. And also a lot of them interject with one another as well, and I actually kind of like that as well. It's a massive flowchart of characters and actually their relationships and what it means and what actually didn't really happen to them, but it's all very interesting. And as now we're heading into the final stretch of the entire show, because we've got, what, 4 episodes left, it is getting to a point now that it's very fucking spicy. It's actually very kind of cool, and I like it a lot. It's asking a lot to actually now almost deconstruct even more so Yuta's entire character as well, and what Akio actually truly does in theory implies the whole entire show as well, because it does feel like he's becoming her prince in a way. That's what I'm saying. The idea of like who the prince can in theory be could in theory be implied to be anyone at this point. Like Akio could in theory assume the role as well. That's the other thing to know, is the idea that he could assume the role and actually be that prince, because let's be real, he's sort of like drifting into that whole entire territory, actually trying to become that prince in a way as well. But at the same time, who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, so tomorrow we should be able to do episodes 35, 36, 37, leading us into Thursday, episodes 38 and 39. So yeah, I can't wait to actually see what else this show does in theory do. It is fucking wild, this show. I gotta admit, it is insane sometimes, this show, but I love it to bits. So with all that said, I've indeed been the drivers. So as always, actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream. As always, then do leave a like. It does help quite a bit. Actually have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and as always, do leave a sub as well. That's helped quite a bit also. Actually have then enjoyed this entire stream as a whole, and as always, do leave a sub on then follow on Twitter as well. Does help quite a bit also. Actually will then know when these streams are live and any other stream I do as well. So until tomorrow episodes, the next bits. Thank you so much for actually being here as well. Thank you. It's really appreciative. Really appreciative. They say that. Thank you so much. So until next time with some more Utena. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.